Are your children confident enough to stand in their own power? In this video, we're going to be looking at what and who influences our children's behaviour and how you can help your children stand in their own tiger power.
Hello, my name is Melanie Appleyard. I'm a teacher and enabler who facilitates social, emotional and spiritual transformation in adults and children who desire to feel happier, more confident and more connected.
Now, in my last video, Stand in Your Own Power with the Tiger, we consider what forces drive us to make decisions and achieve our goals. This video aims to consider some of the issues that drive children and how we can help them to stand in their own power. Children, like adults, have many predisposed characteristics. Some are born leaders, some are happy to be led, and others are somewhere in the middle. And that is absolutely fine, and each personality type has a place in society. Unfortunately, if not nurtured correctly, occasionally these dispositions can become problematic. Leaders may lead followers down a path full of wrong choices, which can lead to problems at home and school, disruption, poor relationships with adults and other children, getting into trouble and exclusion. And as a teacher, I've seen it all. So what drives children? In the same way that adults are driven by their environment, experiences and community, so are children. However, children are at the beginning of their journey, and so positive experiences and a loving, nurturing environment can go a long way to developing a child's personality and influencing their behaviour. Now, unfortunately, we can't wrap children in a bubble, and despite everyone's best efforts, not all experiences will be good. That's fine again, as that's how we learn. However, how we teach children to learn and deal with different situations and experiences will make all the difference to them. So let's take a look at some of the factors that do affect children and what we can do to help them stand in their own tiger power. So the first factor is parenting. Now, as the key people in a child's life from the moment of conception, a child's parents have a massive influence on their personal, social and emotional development. Even from within the womb, the baby's brain is developing in accordance with external factors such as sounds, hormones and diet. And this also continues after a child is born. Children who are loved, praised, made to feel valued and rewarded for effort rather than just achievement are more likely to have higher self-esteem than a child who is ignored, shouted at and constantly criticised. These two scenarios are extreme scenarios to explain the idea more clearly. However, we know that things don't all fit into one box and there are variations on this. So a child could have very loving parents who maybe have high expectations and try to push their child a little beyond their comfort zone, thus making the child believe that their efforts aren't quite good enough. In some cases, loving parents may be a little overzealous with their children, doing everything for them, therefore not teaching them independence, pushing too hard or not hard enough so their children are unable to accept criticism or don't really put in any effort. Phew, it's hard finding the balance being a parent, isn't it? The thing to remember is that when your child is born, nobody gives you a manual on how to raise it. Even if there was one, it would be absolutely useless, as every child is different and responds to things in different ways. But the main thing to remember here is that all children are individuals and they all need a different approach to parenting. Some children need more support to try new things, and some need more support with organisation and independence. The key is to make sure your children know that they are loved and to constantly adapt to their needs, supporting them with the areas that they're struggling with. Schools are a great source of support, so talk to your child's teacher for help with this. Working together with your child's school can help to develop consistency through shared ideas and will ultimately lead to success or a better understanding of the issue that will eventually lead to a successful outcome. So the next factor to look at is low self-esteem. Children who have low self-esteem tend to hold other people with higher regard. They may perceive them to be smarter, prettier, or better than them in some way. They often focus on what they would like to do or be, but don't feel able to. And whilst others see their potential, the child only sees barriers. Children with low self-esteem may not feel valued because they don't value themselves. And this problem is caused by a fixed mindset, which, if not addressed, can create mental health problems such as depression or anxiety. But the good news is that a fixed mindset can be changed with the right support. The danger of children perceiving others to be better than them is that they are more likely to imitate, agree with, or be led by others, even if this doesn't sit comfortably with them. Poor self-esteem can also prevent children from trying new things. A fear of failure or not feeling good enough can create a mindset that it's better to not try than it is to fail. And this can be a barrier to able and competent children truly achieving their full potential. Now, similar to low self-esteem, low confidence also often prevents children from speaking up and being heard. This may be to contribute their ideas, state their own opinions, or even to talk to new people and make new friends. Quiet, less confident children often choose to go with the flow and accept other people's ideas and suggestions, leaving their own wishes unheard and unrealised. So how can you help? To boost low self-esteem and improve self-confidence, you really need to boost your child's self-worth. Their confidence can be built by constantly praising every effort and every success. And by talking to them about the things that they're good at or enjoy, you can develop their enthusiasm and recognition of their achievements. And finally, by celebrating a child's authenticity, you can teach them to value and appreciate themselves for who they are. This removes the need to rely on other people to guide them in a direction that's not best suited to them. So another area we're going to look at now is peer pressure. Now, peer pressure is when a group of people, often friends, put pressure on someone else to do something they don't really want to do and they may not like or agree with. This could be as simple as following a fashion fad or the latest media craze or playing a game that they aren't keen on. However, this can become more problematic if it later leads to trying a cigarette, taking drugs, or taking risks with their own safety. Peer pressure, to a degree, thrives on low confidence and low self-esteem, in that children who struggle with these are less likely to say no and may even look up to the children who are pressuring them to do things. However, even confident children with good self-esteem may give in to peer pressure. And this is because often that pressure comes from friends and people with whom they have good relationships. They might not want to be seen as the odd one out, a coward or a snitch. And it takes a strong character to stand up for your beliefs and tell someone no, and doing this with your friends can be even harder. So how can you help? Encourage your child to value their authenticity. Allow them to pursue their own interests and take pride in their own skills. Nurture their values and teach them that it's okay to be different and even to disagree with others. And finally, teach them how to disagree in a non-confrontational manner and know that it's okay to disagree and you can still be friends. So the last influence we're going to look at is bullying. And bullying goes much further than peer pressure. Bullies tend to prey on children who lack confidence and have low self-esteem. The phrase bullying, though, is often overused and is often thought to refer to a single act of unkindness from one child to another. However, bullying is much more severe than that. Childline defines bullying as behaviour that hurts someone else. It includes name-calling, hitting, pushing, spreading rumours, threatening or undermining someone. It can happen anywhere, at school, at home or online, and it's usually repeated over a long period of time and can hurt a child both physically and emotionally. Now, bullying has a massive impact on the mental health of the children being bullied and can cause them to become withdrawn, to feel isolated and afraid, and in extreme cases it has led to suicide. But the thing that is often overlooked with bullying is that the perpetrator is never usually alone. Often there are other children with them, laughing along or even watching and saying nothing. This is often because these children are followers who lack the confidence to say no, stop, or else they bow to perceived peer pressure and go with what the majority are doing. Can you see the problem here? Children who stand by and watch, or even worse, encourage bullying, can really add to the problem and make it feel so much worse for the victim. The other factor that needs consideration by people dealing with the bullying is that the bully often suffers from low self-esteem themselves. They may feel that to feel good about themselves, they need to feel superior to other children. They may have experienced bullying themselves in the past and feel that in order to protect themselves, they need to act confidently and make others scared of them, or gain their approval inappropriately. In some cases, these children may be witnessing or experience abuse at home or have done in the past, and the behaviour they're portraying is the behaviour that they've been raised with. So whether the child is a bully or being bullied, their behaviours are both heavily influenced by their experiences. So how can you help? Teach your children to understand what bullying is and how it affects others. Let them know that passive bullying, standing by and watching or laughing, is wrong, and it makes things so much worse for the victim. If a friend is a bully, let them know that it's okay to tell them to stop. Alternatively, it's okay to tell an adult if they can see that somebody is being hurt or upset by another child. If your child is hurt or upset by someone at school, speak to the teacher as soon as possible after the event and record all incidents. Your child can also get help and support from Childline. Their website is a great source of information on bullying and what to do about it, and you can find them on www.childline.org.uk. I'll put a link in the comments below. So why should children then be taught to stand in their own power? By teaching children to stand in their own power, you're developing their emotional intelligence by teaching them self-respect, strong values, independence and a positive mindset that will help them to live a happy, confident and successful life. Who doesn't want that for the kids? I hope you found this video helpful. Please leave your thoughts in a comment below and remember to subscribe to my page for more videos like this. Thank you for watching.